What up? Here we are, our big debut for the new studio. What do you think? I'm pretty happy with it so far, but this is kind of a work in progress and we want your input, so let us know in the comments. Is it cool? All right, moving on to today's video. We are talking about the Eufy Video Doorbell Dual. So we got the camera on the bottom for the packages. We got the camera on the top for the people. Seems like a pretty cool concept. Kind of smart home and security combined. So we're gonna do an unboxing, setup, and review, give you my thoughts. And so let's get started. What up everyone, it's George Langenbeer with Silverhammer Surveillance. Here on the channel we talk smart home tech and we talk home security. We have videos every Tuesday. We'd love for you to subscribe to the channel, like our videos, keep coming back for more. We very much appreciate your support. Today we're kind of talking about something that's both of those things, tech and security. We're talking about the Eufy Video Doorbell Dual. Dual meaning that it's got a camera for the people and it's got a camera for packages. We're going to unbox this, do a setup and review, but before that, let's do some specs. So we've got the dual camera technology. We've got the camera up above for the person. We've got the camera down below for the packages, which is cool and unique. Works with Google Assistant and Alexa, no HomeKit, which we're going to talk about as part of my review in a few minutes. This is a battery doorbell, which means you can use it without doorbell wiring, which is cool. They're saying that the battery will last up to 6 months. We'll see. We've got no hidden fees and local storage. So if you're familiar with the Eufy home base, that's got the local storage built in. So this is included. This is $259, by the way, and that does include the home base. So they're saying military grade encryption as far as that local storage goes. Family recognition, so this is unique in the fact that it'll know your family members, and then you can only be alerted for people that are strangers, which is cool. So it'll narrow down a lot of false alarms. You can be alerted for family members as well, but cool that you can differentiate between the two. And then as far as resolution goes, it's 2K with HDR. So that seems to be the sweet spot for a lot of cameras nowadays. You know, pretty typical, but awesome that it's got the HDR. So let's move on and unbox this bad boy. Always exciting, Teresa, always exciting.
It is, unboxings are exciting.
All right, so we got the doorbell itself. Black, it's kind of large because it's got the two cameras and a battery built in, but really as far as other battery cameras, it's no different. And actually their original doorbell battery camera was about this size. So not too bad. What do you think, Teresa?
I like the sleek black look. I think it will look good on some of the more modern black trims on houses right now.
Indeed, and there are a lot of camera companies that do market research on this stuff. A lot of them will say that white is the most common and the way to go just because of colors of houses and trim. But a lot of our customers ask for black, so it's great that this is black in my opinion. So you got your two terminals for wiring if you do have the wiring, which is great, so you give you that option. Then you got your charging port back there. Then you got your Eufy home base, so if you're familiar with this is how you're going to get your local storage. This will control some other Eufy devices as well if you have them. So that's that.
That local storage is a nice option if you're worried about the cloud.
Correct, and then it's also nice because you don't have the monthly fees, and they're saying it's military grade encryption. So if you're worried about that type of thing, Eufy's going to have you covered there. We got some mounting options. So we got the wedge, as I call it, to get you a little angle, or you got the straight up mounting plate. You got your power adapter for the home base. Ethernet cord to connect your home base to your router. You got some wire splicers there for if you are wiring your doorbell and you need some different wiring options. Sometimes the wiring, I can say from experience, sometimes the existing wiring in a doorbell is very short, so this will extend it. Then you got your mounting screws. What else? Got a template, which is always very handy for your screw holes. Quick start guide. And then Eufy's always cool about giving you some decals for your windows. So that's cool. And then you got your charging cord for the actual doorbell itself. And if you're familiar with Eufy doorbells, you've seen one of these little guys before. This is the tool that actually removes it to charge your battery and such. So that's what we got in the box. Let's move on to the setup. So our first step was to plug in the home base to our router, which you could see we did. So we just Ethernet cord straight to a router port. And then I've plugged in the doorbell to start it charging. So that's what I got here. And then you're going to go to the Eufy app and create an account if you haven't already. We had one created, so we're just going to go to add a device. First, we're going to add our home base, and in this particular case, that home base that comes with it is the home base 2. So I'm going to select that. I've got 2 homes here. One's my shop, one's my loft. We're going to select the loft. And again, it's telling me to connect it to the router, which we've already done. And we're going to connect it to the same Wi-Fi network. We got a blue light on our home base. All right, so now we just need to scan the QR code on the home base, which I'm going to go do. Okay, so I went over there.
Home base was added successfully.
You can hear it. I scanned the home base, the QR code on the bottom, then I hit the sync button, then it connects to your Wi-Fi. I'm going to go ahead and name it. I'm just going to name it Loft Home Base. Hit continue, added successfully. It's going to do a firmware update, so let's give a moment for that to happen. Okay, so the update was successful. Now it would have been like watching paint dry for you to sit there through that firmware update. So I didn't have, we just sped through it. But just so you know, it was a little bit of a lengthier one. I don't know, it must have been a big one because normally in the home bases, I've never had one take that long. But anyway, so expect a couple minute firmware update. We're gonna hit next. And then we're gonna add more devices. And we're gonna go down to where we find the doorbells. Select doorbell. We're going to scan the QR code on the doorbell. We're going to hit the sync button just like any other Eufy device for 2 seconds. There's our beep. We're going to hit next. And then we're going to place the camera in front of the lens.
Ready to add device.
Oops. We're going to take off the sticker. There's our 2 beeps. Or 2 beeps.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
One nice thing about Eufy is you've always got the voice assistant walking you through all this, which is cool. It does say that you should keep the doorbell closer to the home
Device
base.
was added successfully.
There we go. Hit next. And then it asks you if you want to constantly power it or if you want to use the battery. We're going to go battery here because we're in our loft and we don't have doorbell wiring. And then here it would take you through the detailed installation. Now we've obviously done a ton of doorbells because that's what I do. But anyway, so I'm going to skip that. And then it's already given me a human alert. It's already detected me. And so you can do picture-in-picture video or split view mode. So there you can kind of see the difference, which is kind of cool that it gives you that option. So it either splits the screen top and bottom, or it gives you that little picture-in-picture option, which is cool. So I'm just going to go picture-in-picture for now, but I might change that later. I'm going to save. All right, then you can do the frequent motion detection, balanced motion detection, and this is kind of the similar to what other Eufy products. And then it kind of recommends balance for battery life. I'm going to go with that for now. And then it talks about the delivery guard, which is the service for package detection. All right, this is where you can go ahead and create your family and invite family members. We're going to skip that for now. Sorry, Teresa, but I'll invite you later.
Oh, well, thanks for inviting me.
So there we go. It's in there, and I can hit the play button. And you can hear me. I'm going to turn that down. But anyway, there we go. So now I'm just going to go out and install it real quick. And then, like I said, we're going to give ourselves a week with this, come back at the end after that and give a review. Yeah, so here we go. Okay, we went out and installed it very easy, just 2 screws, put that little wedge on there to get yourself a better angle. And then you just slide that doorbell in, and of course you got your remover to remove it whenever you need to charge the battery. So then just some initial settings you want to just take care of. You can either do that picture-in-picture mode or the split screen. Both, I gotta say, initially look pretty cool. You can go in and check your video settings, whether or not you want that logo watermark, which I just don't like. You can mess with your video quality, and you just gotta give it a second to reload here. All right, then you got your audio settings. You've got your battery settings, so you can kind of balance it for battery life or get better recording or whatever you want to do. And one thing we did not do here because of the loft situations, we don't have an indoor chime. But here you can go ahead and talk about the chime. Now, your Eufy home base can act as your chime. So, I know a lot of people are attached to their indoor chime, but anyway, that's not going to be part of this because we just don't have one. But so we're just going to use the Eufy home base for our chime. But you got your chime settings there. You've got some general settings. Kind of gives you a mounting guide if you need to reinstall it somewhere. There's where you can share your device. And now I do see that they've got some input here to kind of help improve a few settings like the package detection. So just hang out for a few seconds. We're going to be right back, and I'm going to give you my full review. Hello, I'm back. All right, so I spent about a week with this bad boy. I've done a little deep dive, and I got to say, I'm pretty impressed. This thing feels substantial. It feels very well made. I love the 2 cameras. Some great alerts on packages. I love the picture-in-picture option or the dual camera option. I love the view. I love the 2K resolution. HDR if you need it. Now we don't need the HDR here, and they recommend you turn that off if you don't need it. So that's more for different sun settings and that kind of thing. So to each their own as far as the HDR, you'll have to kind of try that out on your own. We do not have a doorbell chime, so we didn't use that feature, but just remember your home base can be a doorbell chime. Some of our customers are extremely tied to their chimes. I'm not sure why. But anyway, there's several chime options here. But again, we're not going to talk about that because I don't have one. But let's take a deep dive into the settings. There are some incredible settings on this doorbell compared to the other ones I've used. So you've got the dual detection. Now look at this. I mean, this is pretty cool. So you can actually just weed out loiterers. So if you're just worried about your package itself, you can kind of loitering detection, set the range and detection duration that you consider a person to be loitering. So you can determine how many feet you want to go out, the length and duration. That's awesome. So you can kind of filter out a lot of false alarms that way. Self-learning detection. Every 7 days, Video Doorbell Dual calculates and analyzes false triggers to recommend optimal detection range. That's awesome. So, it's only been a week. The AI on this thing is pretty impressive so far. We'll see how that continues. So that dual detection is cool. These delivery guard options, they're awesome. Delivery guard protects your packages with advanced AI detection, works best with rectangular packages displayed fully within the porch view camera's field of view. You can even help improve this feature with your input, which is cool. But package guarding, when someone approaches your package, the doorbell automatically plays audio of your choice. So by default here, it's "excuse me, can I help you?" So basically the doorbell will come in and if somebody's approaching it and kind of ask politely for you what's going on. Uncollected package alert, that's pretty awesome. So get notifications at a certain time of day that you forgot to go get your package. Now this is a big deal for people with a home, obviously it's not as big a deal here, but when most people go in through their interior garage door and they don't actually use their front door a lot. So if your packages are always at the front door, but you're going through your garage door, this is a great reminder that you might have a package to go pick up. That's pretty cool. That's not on Google. That's not on any other doorbell I've used for that matter. Package live check assistance. When you open live view, you'll see your package was delivered, when your package was delivered, and every event where a person approached your package. So that's a great little summary of all the activity around your package. So that's really cool. Then you've got the dual cam, so you can determine if you want the picture-in-picture or the split mode. Both of those are really cool. Power manager, so you can go in and optimize it for your battery, or you can have optimal surveillance depending on if you really care about how much you're charging that battery. Familiar faces, another cool feature here. So it will learn your family. You can actually go in and insert a picture from your photo library, and from then on it'll know that person. So that's how it does the family alert. So it's very similar to Google and very similar to HomeKit Secure Video in that way, but then you're starting to narrow it down by person. So that's pretty awesome. And then you've got an auto voice response. So again, this is where if somebody rings, you can actually have the doorbell answer the door for you with a little voice. And then you've got your typical Eufy video settings and audio settings, quick response settings. That's kind of the same as their other doorbells. Your notifications, indoor chime. So again, you can do different things depending on if you have an indoor chime at your house or if you just want to use the home base. Here's where you can share your device. But overall, this thing's pretty amazing. I really love that field of view. I love the 2K resolution. I mean, if you look at our, what would you call it? Our hallway, our other apartment entrance area. I mean, it's a great shot. What do you think, Teresa?
Yeah, I'm very impressed with everything you've shown me so far.
Yeah. So Teresa hasn't got to use it as much as me, but yeah. But otherwise, my only complaint, and this is a big one for me just because of who I am, but no HomeKit support. It works great with Google Assistant. It works great with Alexa. So if you're not a HomeKit lover like me, you know, it's fine for you. But for me and my HomeKit peeps out there, come on, Eufy, you just kind of seem to be a little in and out with your HomeKit support. You got certain cameras that have HomeKit secure video, certain cameras that don't. Now, the ones that you do, they're great offerings, but you know, I wish you were more on board with HomeKit. I wish you would. I know the battery doorbells seem to be a little bit more as far as getting HomeKit certification because of the way that HomeKit Secure Video works with events. So I know there's a lot more to it. For example, our Starling Home Hub has all our Google cameras in HomeKit, but they don't do the battery cameras. And I know it has something to do with the way the events are set up. So this might not be Eufy's fault. And HomeKit certification can be rough at times. I know that. But it is a big complaint of mine. I do really wish it was HomeKit Secure Video. I know some of these features probably wouldn't work well with HomeKit Secure Video, so maybe if it's just HomeKit, so I could at least have my notifications on my HomePod and my Apple TV. I'm gonna miss that a lot, but all these other features on here are so badass that I think I'm gonna keep this. I really thought I would just do the review and go back to having my Google doorbell in the Starling Home Hub, but I don't think so. I really like this doorbell a lot. So, I mean, if HomeKit's my only consideration and you're not a HomeKit fan, then who cares for you? You're in great shape. This is an awesome doorbell. Buy it immediately. But if you're a HomeKit lover, you might want to consider that. Anyway, that's it. So pretty easy setup. Oh, Eufy's always that way. The setup is flawless. I mean, a lot easier than a lot of other cameras. The setup, basically just 2 screws to decide if you want the wedge or not and put that sucker on. Very easy to remove if you need to charge it, but not so easy to remove for thieves. Awesome. And then the settings are amazing. So I can't say enough about the different options you have here in the settings. So anyway, hope you like our unboxing, our setup, and our review of the Eufy Video Doorbell Dual. Smash the like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday. We talk home tech, smart home tech, home security, and big HomeKit lover. Now in this case that doesn't apply, but so yeah, subscribe to the channel. Come back for more. Till the next one, peace and love.